Hello, everybody. How are y'all? Hope y'all doing fine. I really do. But I gotta know something. I gotta know something from every one of you. Have you ever seen the strangest things going on? I mean, why are we back at war? I mean, why? No reason. Just do it, right? And you know, to have so many voters vote for an individual and get so many thumbs down and negative comments, more than I have ever seen in my entire life on anyone's website. Especially supposedly having a big following, but don't. Something's really wrong with this issue, folks. Going back to war. I just don't get it. I mean, do y'all? I mean, I've seen almost everything in my life happen, and things happen in a certain way, generally all the time. But you know, I have never seen our country getting into an era of where we're simply, and I really mean this, guys, I really mean it, we're simply not free. And I mean that for real. We're just not free. I don't understand why. People don't understand that they're giving their freedoms up. Do we have that many foreign people in our country now that think that mob rules is the way to rule the world? When you say mob rule, I said mob rule. Because everyone believes that mob rule is the way to go. When in fact, mob rule means democracy, whether you know it or not. Mob rule is democracy. Now, since we got that established, and we printed that down and wrote it down, why? Mob rule? Got so many different names in this country that people are using to determine what part of life they may be, what form of governance or love or freedom or whatever they want to call it, for everything that they're supposed to be. Life was so much simpler when it was Democrat, Republican, and our republic. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. Well, they've proven to all of you that the Pledge of Allegiance doesn't mean jack and crap. The national anthem means jack and crap. Free speech means jack and crack. Anything that they don't want you to publish that has anything to do with their agenda, then you are simply a slave. They're going to take everything they got away from you, and pretty much it's getting worse every day by the day, by the minute. Y'all know this. No one has to tell you. It's a fact, Jack. And it's getting extremely bad and extremely worse. And it seems to be that just nobody cares anymore about who they are, what they are, how free they are, and how free they aren't. I'm sorry, guys, but it's like the biggest joke in the world. And you know, the people that are causing it, all of the issues, you got a couple of people that are going after them pretty hard on their actions and their unconstitutional acts. But the big issue is it doesn't really matter, because there are not enough of them that's being allowed to respond to them in any manner. They take from them little bits of their platform every hit they get. They can't just go after one person and completely destroy them without causing a very large uprising. They're doing it really slow, and certain people they're taking down. Some of the ones that are small, they're hitting them immediately. As soon as they say something wrong, they're gone. No ifs, no ands, no buts, they're gone. And then you got other ones that are getting hit, bam, right off the bat. And I mean right off the bat. They don't even get to say anything. They're gone. And then you got the ones that's got mediocre channels that been around a long time, that they're needling little bits at a time. I would consider myself to be one of those, because they've been working on me a long time. And to be absolutely honest with you, I should had way more subscribers than I got now. I should have been somewhere a little over 100,000, maybe 200,000 by now, since I've been on since 2009. Although there's been many times that I had to rebuild, take over, and start over, doing different things. I deleted a lot of videos and got locked out of my channel 7 times now. On my first one, 6 times on the first one, and 2 on this one, so it's really 8. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not here to talk to you about those particular things that's happened. Just I'm explaining things that I already know that's happened and is going to continue to happen. And it's going to continue to happen to the people that have way bigger channels than you know of. Some of them got 600,000, 1,500,000. You know, I'm talking about big channels. Been around about as long. Some of them's been around as long as me. Some's not quite as long. Channels are bigger. One of them's got 450,000. There's a couple of them got 450, 460, 500, right at 500. There's a lot of those channels. But the only problem is those channels are getting hit hard right now. They're getting hit real hard, because they can only say so much or do so much before they slap them around, knock them around a little bit, take something away from them, destroy one of their platforms. Could be Facebook, could be Twitter. It's probably the biggest one of their channel that they have. They got a website, they gonna hit that website in multiple different means. One by hacking, trying to destroy the inside of the website, which they done that to me twice. No, 3 times. Also, every one of those times that happened, I had to change platforms of who was hosting me as well. That only happened twice. I still had to re-platform, and then getting the stuff to download it somewhere else, it always caused a new issue to go to a new platform. Every time something didn't copy or something didn't change or do like it was supposed to be, because you had an update that didn't take, or this didn't work this way, or that didn't work this way. It doesn't matter. However which way you go and however which way it happens is the way it is. So all of these people that are having these issues with all these different platforms, and people are saying that websites don't mean anything anymore. Well, they do. They really, really do. I know that people don't believe that, but people don't visit them like they used to. But the information that is on a website, especially information that they're trying to hide from you, is very important to have up in more than one place. Even if you have a small website and it's got 10 pages to it, but them 10 pages are 10 and very important pages to your freedom and your Constitution, your Bill of Rights, your Constitution. All of that stuff is very important. And some very old videos, like 72, 73-year-old videos that are talking about freedom and how the Constitution works and how your freedoms work. They quit playing that cartoon a long time ago. But it explains to you a bunch of different things, especially about signing your rights away, which people are doing it every day these days and don't even know that they're doing it. Like when you buy a house, you used to sit down and fill out a deed and a loan paper, and you had to have 2 signatures. You sit down now, you sign in at least 100 different or 150 different pages of different things, of different stuff, to where they're just definitely taking your rights away by all the things that you're having to sign and get away with. Just another form of voluntarily giving your rights away. And now that people have done so much of that, certain individuals in this world feel that they own you. And that's the people that are rich. And I don't mean they got $1 million or $5 million. I ain't talking about the people like that. I'm talking about the people who's got billions of dollars. And I mean billions. It could be almost $1 trillion. Those type of people. Those type of them type of people right there, they don't know you. They'll never know you. They'll never introduce themselves to you. They'll never talk to you. Other than bypassing and they hoping that you don't recognize them on the street. If you was to stop and try to talk to them, a whole gang of people would jump around you immediately. Yeah, they would. Why? Because their bodyguards is going to protect them. And to make sure that nothing happens to them, they're going to protect them in any form necessary, just like they would do the President of the United States. And now you know what I'm talking about. There's a few of those people right now think that they're as powerful as the President of the United States of America. And that's a fact. They're convinced that people of the United States are slaves to them. And they can dictate to people what they want to and say what they want to, get away with what they want to say. And it's all legal and straight up and down for them to say it. But anything that you say or do is wrong by them. No one else. It's by them. They're the ones that are controlling your country. They're the ones that are writing the writing on the wall, telling you that you got to stay home and you got to wear double mask. You got to wipe your butt when they tell you to, and you got to go to the store when we tell you to, and you got to pay this price because we've been giving it away to you for too long, and gasoline is fixing to go to $4 a gallon, and that's a fact. And if they don't get a hold on all of these things that are happening right now, I do believe there's going to be some bad things going to happen in this country in the next little while. So if you don't have food build up, you need to get it. If you don't have gasoline build up, you need to get you some. If you don't have a lot of things, don't have ammo, canned food, some way to produce electricity, some way to survive, you got a problem. We all got to survive somehow, and how extent this is going to be, I don't know, but it ain't looking good to be in a very extent, or to be very, it doesn't look like it's going to be very friendly at all. Sorry, I got hiccups. It doesn't look like it's going to be, this situation is going to happen friendly at all. It doesn't look like it's going to happen without people starving to death. It doesn't look like people are going to survive this without some murdering going on. Doesn't look like this is going to happen to where you can just sit at home and watch TV and watch it go by. It ain't going to happen like that. It's going to be a lot worse. It's going to be like being at full war with more than one country. And it's going to be within this country that it happens. This country has never seen a war like some of those other countries. But for over the last few years, they've been taking the wealth of our country and giving it to others, except for the last 4. Is that why our country started rebuilding? And they doing everything in their power at this present time to sign executive orders to change everything that was done by the man that was making all of the things possible that we needed to make possible to happen. And they're trying to stop all of those issues. I'm sorry, guys, but it's just my opinion and just the way I feel. But there's something definitely wrong with what's going on with our country and our freedoms that is happening in this world. And that's a fact. Y'all know that way better than I do. Some of you know it way better. Some know it a little less. But the ones that are my age, man, do we have a problem. We're to the problem that we'll be the first ones to die. Why do I say that? Well, we're not equipped enough at my age to survive something that critical. Just not young enough to fight those kind of battles anymore. Not to say that we can't fight some, but we need a lot more. Everyone needs to be involved. And I'm not saying nothing about starting a war. Now, you ain't heard me say that not one little bit. But there is issues, serious issues, the things that are going on that somehow, some way, to keep us from completely, trust me, whether the people, the sleeping giant wakes up or not, it doesn't matter. I'm being honest. It will not matter if the sleeping giant wakes up or not. If it don't wake up, then it's gonna be just a free willy for them to do whatever they want to with the people they want to do it with. You understand? The same amount of people, no matter what, or no matter which way it goes, there's going to be people that get harmed or starve or drown or many other ways of passing to the next venture of life, whether it's actually life, spiritual life, demonism, it doesn't matter. Wherever you're going, you'll be going to it sooner than later. So you think about that. You dream about it. The ones of you that are out there that have, I call it deja vu, where you dream, even awake. You can sit right here and have a vision of some sort in your brain, and you think, well, whatever. I call it deja vu. I always have, I always will. It used to be real strong in me when I was real young, and I mean real strong. Every day I could tell you what I was going to have for dinner before we'd have it. My mom would ask me all the time, she said, how do you know what we're going to have for dinner? And I ain't even started cooking it yet. I says, I don't know. I dreamed it, I guess. And she didn't believe me when I would tell her that. So a couple of years later, I guess, I told her 2 days in advance what we were going to have for dinner. And then the next day, or basically, the day that we were having it was when it actually happened. Told my mom, says, well, we're going to have that for dinner tonight, and you're going to be wearing a red smock, something that she called a smock. And she'd freak out. I said, why are you freaking out? She says, because that's what I was going to wear. How'd you know? Don't know, just did. We were going somewhere once. Her and me and my girlfriend. Wasn't old enough to drive yet. But I was 15. Me and this girl been dating for about 6 to 8 months, something like that. And it started raining. Not raining, but a rain, misty, and it was summertime. I told my mom, I says, you need to slow down. She says, why? I says, well, I'm going to tell you this, but don't freak out. I says, the car in front of you is going to spin out, and you need to slow down. She says, and I kept doing it. I says, Mom, the tires on this car are not 100%. I'm 15 years old. I knew that they had tread, okay, but they wasn't slick. But they were slick enough for oily roads. You understand what an oily road in the summertime is like snow in the wintertime up north. Maybe not quite as slick, but damn close when it first starts happening. And it just started. I hadn't had time to wash the road down, and it wasn't raining hard. It was just misting enough to wet the road good. So it was one of those little loops where you get off of one expressway and you go around the loop and you're getting on another one. And I told her, I said, slow down. Go 20 miles an hour around this thing. She said, that's awful slow. I said, just do it. Well, this little car in front of us was a little convertible. And he was in a hurry because he was in a convertible and the top was down. Well, that guy, just like I predicted, was going to spin out. And he did. He was coming back towards us when he stopped. And if my mom had been going the regular amount of speed, we'd have had a head-on with that guy. He would have probably died, and we would have probably got hurt. Even though that those turns was only 45 miles an hour, him coming back at us at 4 or 5 miles an hour, and us going at him at 35, 40, it would have been a pretty bad crash. Been somewhere around like a 60 mile an hour crash because his speed coming towards us and us going into him head on. Well, I've had other things too. It's things that's happened over the years. I got married, and my first child was being born, and I had a dog, a male, and I left him at my dad's house, and my dad had a female. Now, he wasn't there but a day, and we didn't even think that she was in heat or was anywhere close to being in heat. He wasn't there but for 2 days. And we didn't think nothing of it. We went home. The dog was at home. My dog, the male chow, was at home. And I don't know, it's about 2 months, however long, it's not long. But I woke up the night she was having puppies. I woke up and told my wife, I says, we got to go to my mom's house tomorrow. She says, why? I says, because her female dog just had puppies. She said, go back to sleep. We don't have to go over there. You're crazy as hell. And I said, okay, I'll prove it to you tomorrow. I went back to sleep. And we went over to my mom's anyway, even though she didn't want to go. I said, come go with me. Why? I said, because we got to count how many puppies she got. She's still on the fence about this, okay? So I reached underneath the back porch, which is above ground. It was like, I don't know, 12 inches above ground. And she had dug her out a little covey right there by the side of the side of it. And I took my flashlight and I started looking around, and I found them. So I reached my arm in there and I grabbed 3 puppies and slid them to the edge, and I started handing them to her. I says, put them in that box that I brought over here. Put them in the box. She had 7 puppies. And at the whole time, she was a fair-skinned girl. She had some freckles. Her freckles turned white. She was completely white. She never spoke to me about anything like that again. Anytime I would even say, she said, "Shut, I don't want to hear it. I don't know." She didn't believe me. It pushed her away from me to a point to where she was going to try to lie to me about something. About another man. And I looked at her, and I looked at her with that same face. I said, "You remember that thing about my dogs?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Do you really want to try to tell me a lie? I mean, really?" That was my first, no, that was actually my second wife. She never tried to lie to me again. Even to this day, she don't lie to me, which is the only one still living. My third wife was my last two kids' mama. She passed away. But she was kind of freaky on that, what I would know too. We had issues with the same thing. But you know how that goes. Alright? But it all is the things that I'm telling you, all you people out there, some of you got it way worse than I do. Monograph says, he talks about it too. He calls it something else. Still the same thing. But you know, most of those people that are like that are like what I just said, they're hard to get along with other people. Not that they're hard to get along with them, it's just those people are us. We seem to know more. Not necessarily smart wise by book learning or anything like, but things that are happening, things that are coming, things that ain't happened yet but are fixing to. All of those things, they're all coming. They're all here. They're already been here. They're still here. They're not going anywhere. But then you got these other people that have the total opposite of that. They're demons. And they're doing what they want to do. And in the way they want to do it. And it seems to be that they're getting to where they're outnumbering the people that are just self-inherent. And you know it might be because all of it's just plain bullshit. Meaning that the movie The Matrix may not be exactly the same way, but could be. And we're just living another way of life that is extremely changed in the last 25 years to a place to where I don't even know what's what in our country anymore. I think y'all all know what I mean by that. I really do. I think you all know that our country, our freedoms, people you know that were in the military that's my age and older, that will sit here and tell you because they've been brainwashed into believing that our country is a democracy. When in real facts, they know that we're a republic. But TV, the internet, radio, all of these things are manipulated by powerful people. powerful people own them. You know, back in the day, there was a thing called Bell South in Florida. Well, the South was called Bell South. Telephone. You had AT&T and a couple other companies like that. But Bell South got so big, not Bell South, yeah, Bell South. They said that Bell South was so big that they needed to break them up. Well, they did. Well, now Bell South is no longer around, or as far as I know, they're not. But AT&T's back, bigger than ever. All they did was sell it to one company to another. They opened more companies. They opened up fake names, different names, but it was all owned by one organization, which was really AT&T. And AT&T's still there. And they learned how to whip the law and go into what they wanted them to go into. And that's exactly what they did. So now you got all of these major organizations like Amazon, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, if I didn't mention it already, and bunches of more that are all on the same side. And any of the ones that aren't on the same side, if you noticed or know by now, some of those have been hit so hard that they'll never come back to where they were. Now, they may think they're going to, but they're not. I already know this. I already know. Just ain't gonna happen. But folks, I just wanted to get in here, talk to y'all about all of these things that I'm seeing, and y'all know, you feel them, scared to say anything about them. But I'm being honest when I tell you this. And I'm not telling you this about no earthquake, no solar film, solar nothing, volcanoes erupting and destroying nothing. I'm telling you this because something else way worse is coming down the pipe to you right now. And just think, if one of those things was to happen with it, oh my God. So with that, from my cold dead hands, and I damn well mean it, abolish corporate greed. I have been saying that since 2009. Ever since I got on YouTube to start with. So you think about it. I've been saying it a long time, and most of the things that I don't get in here and I go back and remember to tell you every time that this shit's happening, or the shit ain't happening, or to remind you of when the video was up, because that channel got gone. It ain't there no more for me to do that. And I didn't do that even then. Like the videos I got now. I got things that I could prove now, but why? Why? Why should I try to prove it to y'all when you won't listen to it to start with? They got 2,000 views. You think that means anything? Don't mean shit. But that's up to y'all. You remember what you want to. You study what you want to. Think about it. Go to my website. Find all the pages. Read them all. Some of the pictures may be gone. Some of the videos may be gone. In fact, I know some of the videos will be gone, because I can't put all of those videos up on my website. I just can't. I just can't. I can't go back in there once they take a video down and me put it up, because I may even not even know where the video is anymore. Especially if it wasn't my video. That has taken a big toll on my website. And they do that on purpose. But the words are still there. Some of the links are still there. Most of the links are still there. But you will find that some of them have disappeared. And we're talking about government websites that are gone. Been taken down. Because they proved something they didn't want proven. So again, from my cold dead hands, and I damn well mean it. Abolish corporate greed for your freedoms. And if you can't speak freely, you're simply not free. And I think you understand what I just said. If you can't speak freely, you're not free. You're a slave. So with that, much love. Y'all have a good day. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification, and this is free with no ads. After the first, if this video is 40 minutes, after the 40 minutes it goes no ads. When it's premiering, it has whatever they showed during the premiere, which ain't much. But after, free and clear of ads. So with that, much love to y'all. Y'all have a good day. Come again. Subscribe. My Twitch, my DLive. Make sure you go there too. I don't have Facebook no more, so that's my only shared platforms anymore. Much love. Y'all have a good day now here.